is Igal, and I'm your host. Today's topic is, once more, colonization and colonialism. Let's start again with the definitions. Colonization is the action or process of settling among and establishing control over the indigenous people of an area. Colonialism is defined as control by one power over a dependent area of people. It occurs when one nation subjugates another, conquering its population and exploiting it, often while forcing its own language and cultural values upon its people. So by these two definitions, 29 African countries speaking French, the entire South America speaking Spanish and Portuguese, North America, Australia and New Zealand speaking English, and 22 Muslim countries speaking Arabic are all products of colonization and colonialism. All of these regions have a history of French, Spanish, English or Arab conquests, slavery, forced christening or conversion to Islam, and language forced upon the local populations with the idea of taking over the indigenous people and setting the government in the name of the country represented by the colonizers. All of these definitions are not fitting in when we are talking about the Jews in Israel. The Merneptah Stele in Egypt talks about war with Israel in 1209 BCE. The Mount of Olives Jewish cemetery in Jerusalem is 3,000 years old. Herbert Beit graffiti contains oldest known Hebrew writing of the word Jerusalem, dated to the 7th century before Christ. A pair of tiny silver scrolls about the size of a cigarette butt containing the most ancient biblical text found thus far dated to the 7th century BC or some 2,600 years ago, found in the Beit Hinnom Valley in Jerusalem. The Dead Sea Scrolls, one of the greatest archaeological findings of the 20th century. Hundreds of scrolls preserved in ceramic jugs and dated from the 2nd century BCE to the 2nd century AD. They constitute the oldest preserved collections of biblical books, including every book save Esther. 24 pairs of tefillin were also found in the caves. All these artifacts are the historical proof of Jewish people being indigenous to the land of Israel, and calling them the colonizers is the inversion of the history and the inversion of the definition of colonization. No one said Jewish people to Israel. Israel was occupied by the Arab invaders after the death of Muhammad, together with the rest of the Middle East, during the Arab conquest in the middle of the 7th century, creating the Rashidun Caliphate. The history of the State of Israel is a history of decolonization. Thank you for listening. Follow the podcast to be the first to hear a new episode.